Is there an actual safe day in women's cycle to have unprotected sex? There is an old saying, what do you call a woman who uses the rhythm method of birth control? Mothers, good luck. Yes, just ask the millions of children conceived on safe days. D. There isn't any 100 foolproof contraceptives. Even female sterilization has documented failures, tubes reattach themselves, rare, but happens. Egg is viable for 24 hours, sperm for 5, maybe 7 days. Highest likelihood of pregnancy is intercourse day before ovulation. Second is day of ovulation. If you could know for certain when ovulation occurs, avoiding sex less than 8 days before ovulation decreases the chance to small. Problem is 23 RDS of women that thought they knew when ovulation occurred were mistaken. Sex during the period, a few days after, and a few days before is relatively safe, but not 100. Avoid unprotected sex mid-cycle. Ovulation typically occurs 14 days after the period, plus/minus 5 days. But not 100, about 95 of the time. There is, every day except roughly 7 per month actually, but you can't know when they are unless you use the symptothermal method perfectly, which is almost impossible. You have to constantly measure different things multiple times a day. Every day wake up at 6 a.m. to do so every day, etc. No, just don't. A couple I went to high school with have 4 kids, all from the pull-out method and fertility tracking. Unprotected sex always comes with a possibility of getting pregnant. Use birth control. As others said, there's only about a 7-day window of fertility each month. Unfortunately, not only is it different for just about every single menstruating woman in the world, it's even different cycle to cycle with most. The average woman with a perfect, consistent cycle can still have their ovulation vary within a day or more cycle to cycle. I'm really happy no mention it, but period doesn't equal safe. I personally ovulate on my period sometimes and got pregnant while on it once. Again, it's extremely important to note that cycles vary. Not every woman ovulates 14 days into their cycle, etc. Natural family planning is only a good idea if you are okay getting pregnant. Even if you're taking your temperature, monitoring your cervical mucus, taking ovulation tests, there's absolutely no guarantee this will work to prevent pregnancy. Having said that, if you're in a not trying not preventing situation, this can be somewhat effective until you're ready. You're likely to see some success with this. But it's definitely not a form of birth control, which is why, no offense to anyone, that Catholics have a lot of kids. There is no safe day for all women. Each person is different. It's the biological equivalent of trying to time the stock market. When her husband playing golf, if the woman checks her temperature, she can see that ovulation has taken place after a consistent rise in temperature. The days between confirmed ovulation and menstruation are pretty much safe. After menstruation, you have to watch out. Ovulation could always be early one time, and then the time you think was safe was actually safe. I got my wife pregnant instantly when she came off the pill on a safe day. Her exact words were, "Go ahead and come, it's safe, it's science." No, life finds a way. There's a time of the cycle where you're most likely to get pregnant and a time where you're least likely to get pregnant after sex. But there is not a day where it's impossible to get pregnant after sex. Every day is a safe day when you've had a vasectomy. The day the pregnancy test is positive. If you are having unprotected sex, you are trying to have a baby. Even if you do have sex in that safe time frame, sperm can survive inside of a woman between 3 to 5 days. Supposedly, however, my safe day just turned 4. Theoretically. But if you place your future on the hope that your body will do the expected thing, you are being foolish. Use protection that has a decent record of success. Don't try to figure it out. Use protection. The rhythm method didn't work for me.